Greetings, fellow Taoists, and welcome back to 1991 Review. And so, Part 3 of the Zhu Xian, True 10 series has concluded, leaving the hearts of many fellow Taoists in a state of conflicted turmoil. But let us set those feelings aside, for in this video, we shall explore the developments that follow in Part 4. In the previous chapter, we witnessed a heavenly tribulation at the Great Thunderclap Monastery, where Guili Qilu comprehended the fourth volume of the Heavenly Tome. His cultivation level advanced another step, but his Tao heart, as a result, fell into even greater chaos. That chapter is closed, but has the destiny of Zhang Xiaofan, or Guili ever stopped? The coming vortex of karma will be exponentially more heaven-shaking and earth-shattering. Right now, join this humble one in exploring his sorrowful path of demonic cultivation and his quest to question the Tao. It all begins when Mr. Ghost, Kui Tianxin, an individual shrouded in unfathomable mystery, under the orders of the Ghost King Sect Master, seeks out Guili to entrust him with a grand affair that could sway the heavens and earth of the sacred sect. On the surface, the divine plan was clear. The primordial beast god, having been grievously wounded by the Zhu Xian divine sword, had his vital energy severely damaged and was fleeing back to its ancient lair in the desolate southern frontier. Guili, with his demonic reputation that resounded throughout the world and his familiarity with that land of death, was the only one qualified to take on the grave responsibility of hunting down this fierce god. However, this was merely an overt plot concealing a far more terrifying conspiracy. The sky-high ambition of the Ghost King lay not in a dying beast god, but in the primordial demonic power hidden within the vicious beast, the Tao Tai. Carrying his orders, Guili journeyed alone to the seven-Li Copper of the Miao tribe. This place was no longer a mortal realm, but resembled the Nine Hells, with an overwhelming sky of death energy and resentful will 1,000 times more desolate than the Central Plains. The first thing he did was go to the altar to commemorate the senior great shaman who had sacrificed himself for Bi Yao, Bitch Tao, thus settling a threat of karma. Here, he met the newly succeeded young great shaman. Upon learning of Guili's intent to hunt the beast god, this shaman revealed an earth-shattering secret from primeval times. To suppress the beast god, one must use the ancient wondrous formation, the 8 fierce desolations mystic fire formation. The place where the beast god was sealed in ancient times, the ancient demon-suppressing cave, lay deep within the 100,000 great mountains, guarded by a stone statue of the shamaness goddess that possessed an eternal spiritual nature. This was very likely the place where the beast god was hiding to heal its wounds. From this clue, Guili deduced that in the world, apart from the now desolate ancient demon-suppressing cave, the only other place that still possessed this domineering formation was the important mystic fire altar of the Fenxianggu, Fan Hongkok Valley. He decided to infiltrate this dragon's pool and tiger's den by night. Unexpectedly, a shocking variable was already waiting for him. Inside the mystic fire altar, the person he confronted was not Xiao Bai Chu Bak, but Jin Pinger Gimben Ni, the marvelous young master of Yihuan Hop Hon sect, a demonicess thought to have had her soul scattered and dispersed during the beast calamity. She flashed a smile that could bewitch all living beings and said that the Ghost King, having foreseen events as if he were a god, had sent her here to assist Guili, a temporary alliance where every step was a trap and every glance was a calculation, was thus formed. While the two were studying the formation, Yunilan Van Dijklam, Shangguan Su, Tuan Quan Sach, and Li Sun, Lai Tuan, suddenly appeared. Hiding in the shadows, Guili and Jin Pinger overheard a secret that would enrage even ghosts and gods. The schemes of Fenxianggu were more malevolent than anything the demonic sect had ever dared to do. Because the mystic fire mirror was lost, Yunilan intended to use a heaven-defying heretical art from the Fenxiang Jade Tome to restore the formation, using the flesh and blood of living people to conduct a blood sacrifice, awakening the baleful energy of the sleeping 8 desolations fierce god. The so-called righteous path that he had once believed and now revealed its true form as a fetid swamp, even filthier than the demonic sect. In that moment, an irreparable crack appeared in Guili's Tao heart. Just then, Jin Pinger blurted out that even the demonic sect had long abandoned the cruel custom of blood sacrifice. Her words struck Guili's sea of consciousness like a bolt of heavenly lightning, causing him to recall the basin of essence blood that the Ghost King had so easily obtained to save Bi Yao. He realized with anguish that the man he respected as a father-in-law, the man he served with all his heart, was also committing acts that offended heaven and violated all principles, going against the heavenly Tao. The boundary between good and evil in his heart completely collapsed. He bitterly comprehended a cruel truth. Mankind, in the end, is just another type of beast. What difference is there? Carrying a heart that had turned to ice, Guili and Jin Pinger left Fenxianggu and headed straight for the 100,000 Great Mountains. Upon reaching the ancient demon-suppressing cave, they encountered the fierce spirit of a black tiger, its guardian for 10,000 years. Venturing deeper, they met Xiao Bai again. She led Guili before the beast god. Here, the fierce god, in the form of a young man, recounted his tragedy of being created from the baleful energy of heaven and earth, who harbored a single desire to become human so he could be with the shamaness Lin Lung. But she had sacrificed herself, using her own immortal bones and flesh and blood to create a human body for him, before turning into a stone statue to guard him for eternity. Soon after, Lu Tuekai, arrived, wielding the Qinya divine sword. The final battle erupted. The beast god summoned the 8 Desolations fire dragon, its flames powerful enough to incinerate the 9 heavens. In the moment of life and death, the mystic fire mirror within Guoli flew out on its own, revealing an illusion of Ling Long seeing his beloved. The beast god let go of 10,000 years of resentment, rushed into the illusion, and entered eternity with her in a sea of fire. It was not destruction, but a form of liberation. After the great calamity, Gui Li and Lu Sueki awoke. Having passed through life and death together, all barriers, all prejudices of righteous and evil between them, vanished. Under the moonlight, in a fleeting moment of happiness like a shooting star, Gui Li embraced a woman, who was the only one left who could warm his frozen heart. But the heavenly Tao is ruthless. Tragedy followed tragedy. Tian Bai, Dain Bat Dike, possessed by the heart demon of Doyan Dao Xian Dao Huin Chan Nan, ultimately died under Lu Sueki's sword. Su Ru, Tenu, took her own life to follow her husband. The Ghost King completed the 4 Spirits Blood formation, transforming into an Azure demon, and leading an army of blood corpses to attack Qin Yun Tan Ban. Great Master Shuiyu, Tuinoyet Dai Su, perished. Hearing that his sect had met with disaster, and that Bi Yao had also completely vanished, Gui Li's psyche completely shattered. He returned to the Grass Temple village, his soul seemingly having left his body, sinking into despair. At this very moment, Xiao Bai appeared. She did not comfort him, but instead used a slap and a soul-shaking shout to awaken him. Bi Yao is gone. At last, Gui Li broke down, embracing Lu Sueki and weeping. 10 years of demonic cultivation, 10 years of suffering, all were cleansed by his tears. He was no longer Gui Li. He had returned to being Zhang Xiaofan. Feeling a call from the forbidden land of the illusionary moon cave, he entered, confronting his heart demon, confronting his past. Here, he met the remnant soul of Wan Jinni, Van Kim Not, and was imparted with the final great Tao. The ancient Juxian sword itself is the 5th volume of the heavenly tome. Only one who cultivates all 5 volumes with a pure Tao heart can truly master it. Zhang Xiaofan emerged, holding the Juxian sword, his aura heaven shaking, his killing intent soaring to the sky, yet his heart was as calm as still water. He alone faced a Ghost King, who had merged with the 4 Spirits Blood formation. The Zhu Xian sword formation reappeared, its might even greater than Dao Xian's 100 years prior, yet it was infinitely purer. In the end, he defeated the Ghost King, destroyed the Great Formation, and returned purity to the heavens and earth. Many years later, peace returned to the mortal realm. Lu Sueki succeeded as the head seat of the Lesser Bamboo Peak. One day, she returned to the Grass Temple village. There stood a simple wooden hut, with the Huang Dai Hong and Xiao Hui Chu Hoi, and a familiar figure. It was Zhang Xiaofan. The two looked at each other. So many years, so much love and hatred, so much karma and reincarnation, all of it dissolved in a single smile. So, my fellow Taoists, this ending, so fulfilling and yet so full of regret, has it satisfied your Tao hearts? Please leave a comment, so we may discuss the Tao together. And don't forget to give 1991 Review a like and subscribe to the channel. My friends, this humble one will now take his leave, and I hope to see you in the next chapters.